What's up, you guys? Today we're here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Assassin's Creed Valhalla players can finally change how their armor looks, but many are unhappy with how it works. So I haven't played Assassin's Creed in a while, so I don't know. I heard it's the new Transmog system that could change the appearances. Nothing else was new that got changed, so I don't really know how this works. So I hope this goes into depth detail at what the problem is and how it just doesn't make sense at all. So if you guys like this video, like, share, and subscribe, comment down below, and let's get the channel to 1,000 subs. And let's get into the video. Since Assassin's Creed Valhalla launched last year, one of the most requested features was the ability to change the appearance of the armor and weapons while still keeping its stats. This is often called Transmog, a term coined by Blizzard, and is pretty common in RPG games these days, as players want to look fashionable without having to potentially strap on weaker gear. What's the point of being a Viking if you can't look good doing it? Valhalla's 1.2 update adds a bunch of things, including being able to transmog gear. Should have been good news for players, but many are pissed at how Ubisoft went about implementing the feature. Over on the Assassin's Creed subreddit, a thread complaining about the new transmog feature has racked up more than 400 comments. Okay, that's pretty good. The big issue is that players have to spend 50 silver in in-game currency each time they transmog a piece of gear. Just as annoyingly, they can't do it anywhere but have to return to their home base and talk to specific vendors. That's extra frustrating because in Odyssey, players can transmog their stuff for free without having to go anywhere to do it. Well, true. And this is a comment from the Reddit. I was looking forward to the transmog because we all knew it was coming at some point. And when it was announced yesterday, I literally screamed at my monitor. That was until I read the patch notes and I could just not wrap my head around it. It's a downgrade system and like, why? Okay. There is no logical reason for Montreal to take a perfectly fine transmog system and turn it into a convoluted mess. It's like Ubisoft Montreal took one look at Odyssey's transmog system and then sat down to brainstorm how they can make it super tedious to change weapon and gear appearances while throwing in a silver sink to make it even more tedious for players. That silver tax on transmog appears to be the main point contention for many players. The currency isn't that hard to get, but the quickest sources of it come from hidden treasures and explorations and activities that can only be completed once. After that, players will have to gamble mini-games in order to make more silver, which feels like pointless busy work. A lot of players are worrying that there aren't enough ways to continually farm more silver to keep up with having to spend 50 of it each time they want to swap out their gear for a new appearance. And because silver can also be bought directly with real money, some feel like Ubisoft is nudging them to spend even more money on the game. Microtransactions have been a tedious issue with plenty of Ubisoft games, but feel increasingly frustrating in Assassin's Creed games, given its purely single player. Odyssey, for example, sold boosts that increased how quickly your character would level up, which it feels gross when it became clear that the main story had a lot of padding and even restricted story quests until players reached a certain level. Valhalla, thankfully, is much less grindy and there is no premium level boost, but it's clear that players are still frustrated by how microtransactions continue to worm their way into different parts of the game. Okay, that's it. But I definitely want to get my opinion on it and say what I have to say. Microsoft, when it comes to this transmog system, it sounds like it really does suck. And I definitely could say that they're not really being generous with this, because players should be able to do it for free regardless, because this game is not an online game. It's a story mode game. So players shouldn't have to sit there and just continuously put in-game currency into the game and just sit there and keep doing it to make sure, because the way how it sounds like the Transmog is using it as a random system. Let me know in the comment section if they're just doing it randomly and it gives you random stuff, random looks. And if that's true, why can't the players just sit there? Why can't the players just not put money into it at all? Because you basically don't know what you're getting. You don't know what appearance look you're getting for that armor. And lately with Ubisoft, it's been, especially with their games now, it's been buy these microtransactions to help you more into the game, and buy this to get DLCs, because it won't be long before these microtransactions get so serious that players will actually have to buy microtransactions to pay for DLCs. Because Ubisoft is already doing that. They did it with Ghost Recon. So what's to say they'll do it for this game as well? We'll have to actually buy the Helix and we'll buy it off of our credit card, buy some Helixes, and then buy the DLC. And at the moment, that just sounds like too much, and that sounds stupid when I could just pay for it. And just all around, microtransactions have been an issue, and I feel like something needs to be done about it, and it needs to be looked more into, because it's getting to the point where everything's become a microtransaction cash grab. Like everything, even the core game itself is becoming more of a microtransaction cash grab for players. So I definitely feel like something needs to change with the game if they want the game to stay relevant for long. And especially since the game has no DLCs, this is blatantly unacceptable, because what if the DLC comes out in a few more months? There's nothing to do in the game. Players don't even play this game that much anymore because there's nothing to do. So when you get in this game, they're going to have to forcefully buy silver. Unless you got loads of gear to sell, then you're not going to have that much silver for the DLC to get whatever they have in store for you. So I feel like Ubisoft needs to be more generous with the situation and look into it more and calm down with the microtransactions, which they won't do that, but it's just a consideration, because you're more hurting your community than actually helping your community. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what your experience have been with the Transmog system. And like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. And let's get the channel to 1,000 subs. And goodbye.